RoadRep Insider presents Buttered. Good morning, y'all. Thank you for being here again with RoadRep Insider. Today we have Buttered Soapery, and we have Jennifer on to tell about the line. You're going to love this line, so pay attention. Hi, Jennifer.
Hello, everybody.
How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are
Good.
you?
Doing good, good. So how did your line come about? How did you start it?
I can't use regular soap. And my middle son can't use regular soap. So I implored on this journey about 16 years ago on how do we use soap? What is soap? What is it made of? Why am I having this medical problem? And I think a lot of people, especially in today's world, will resound with my story because a lot of the products that we use, it's damaging our skin and we don't know why. Why do I all of a sudden have this problem, or why can I not do this? Why are our skin so sensitive? And a lot of people forget that the skin is an organ, and we have to nurture it and take care of it, just like we do all of our other organs. So this journey of the ingredients, what is in soap? What is soap? A lot of people, you don't realize that. You just know you have to have it, and you pick it up, you buy it, you go on about your day. But it's what is the ingredients in soap? What do they do? Is there a difference? And come to find out, it's a big difference. And being a Romani, I worked a lot with herbs growing up. I didn't have a lot of modern medicine. So when I do my pain balm, when I do my dog balm, even my beard butter, it's got natural organic herbs in it to help us. And while we don't shy away from synthetics, some synthetics are actually quite good. We do look at them with a more of a keener eye. What is in it? What is it supposed to do? And how will that help enhance our natural products? And that's when we do synthetics, we're looking at it. How can we help enhance our natural products? Will it boost it? Will it do something to it? And sometimes some synthetic products actually do help to boost the natural ingredients that are our star ingredients.
Awesome. Well, so how did you pick out your name, Buttered Soapery? How did that come about?
Well, I had another name a while ago, and I was doing trade shows about 15, 14 years ago, and I was on the East Coast. My husband is military. I'm veteran. And we were on the East Coast, and we did a small show. Well, thank you. And this lady comes over to our booth, and she was talking to her friend, and she goes, "Come get buttered with me." And her friend goes, "What?" And she goes, "This lady puts butter in everything." She goes, "It's hilarious. I love it. I love it. I love it." And then it just became a joke, and then my husband got really sick. And I had to stop everything because we had young kids, and he got in real bad. So I kind of put away the business for a while. And when I came back, I realized that I had evolved so much that my old name and my own brand didn't fit what we had evolved to come to be. And it was always a running joke that the lady thought it was hilarious. She called us the buttered table. And it stuck. And then other people started saying it as well. And they love my presentations on where we get our butters from, why butters are important, what they bring to the table, and why it shouldn't be missing in a lot of the ingredients. Start looking at the back of your label. Butters are important. And then my husband goes, "Well, why don't we just, be the buttered people?" And I was like, "Okay, let's be buttered." And then
That's
it became
cute.
my son was there because he comes and helps. My youngest son comes and helps with the shows, and we have samples when we're doing, not just trade shows, but also when we're doing craft shows and different things like that. And my husband or my son said, "Would you like to get buttered today?" And the lady goes, "I would love to get buttered." So then it became a running joke. So our tagline is "Get buttered." And it's just fantastic, and it's just the response from it is just, it puts a smile on people's faces, and it really does bring across what we bring to the table and why butter is so important.
Well, that's awesome. That's a cute story. I like that. Well, why don't you show us some of your product?
I do have our line of stuff. Is the light in here okay? Of course, we're Pacific Northwest. We're having a beautiful rainy day. this is our mango butter. And the thing about soap is we specialize in two different types. When we're going and looking for ingredients, we're looking for quality ingredients, whether it's synthetic or natural. And this is a pure butter soap. This is called our mango butter soap. It's our best seller. Everybody loves mango butter because mango butter is conditioning, especially for the dry winter season. The properties of the mango, it's going to condition your skin and it's going to leave that beautiful, soft, powdery feel in your skin. And that's what makes mango butter so gorgeous in soap. We also do a lard-based soap. I know people are like, wait. It's actually one of our best sellers. We have a mango and lard, but our lard comes from a small farm in Washington State. And I think that's what makes our brand so special. We stay small and we search out good quality ingredients. So when we're looking to make a lard soap, we want to know the farmer that deals with those pigs to make sure that what they're doing is just as important as what we're doing, that they're loving those pigs and making sure that they're doing something sustainable, because it's all about sustainability. And
Awesome.
that's what we find important. So when we're doing our mango or when we're doing our lard, we want to make sure that when even palm, is it sustainable? You know, are we going to the closest source possible, not third party, the fourth party, fifth party? We're trying to seek out that farmer, you know, that pig farmer or the mango farmer, and having and building relationships with them and going, what is your quality product, and testing it out and seeing what it's like and making sure that it's good. Because everything we use here, we use in my own home.
Oh, wow.
So if we can't get it out of my home, if we don't like it, if we're not okay with it, it doesn't leave here. And it takes us years to come up with a recipe or a product that we're willing to put on the market. Years. You know, we just came out with our shampoo bar. And this actually is the head to toe shampoo bar. And a lot of people go, when are you going to come out with shampoo bar? Well, when I'm happy with it, when my neighbors are happy with it, when my mother's happy with it, when my mother-in-law signs off.
That can sometimes be the hardest person to impress.
Right, exactly. So when she gives you the thumbs up and said, this is gorgeous, I love it, you know, then you know it's a good product. When your neighbors come back and go, okay, you know, can I get some more of that? Then you know you've reached the product to where it's good, not just let me find a recipe online and let me whip this together. It takes us years to research this. Why? Because we're so invested in our product. We're so, you know, to us, it's important. And we've built our life around this little business. Everybody plays a little role in our business. And the fact is, we don't want to get big, but we want to get better, you know, and that's the main thing. But our shampoo bar is a lovely bar, and it actually, we like it so much because it goes head to toe. We take one of these bad boys on vacation, we need this little box, and that's it. You know, we don't need gobs of plastic that, you know, unfortunately won't get recycled. And we think about that as well, sustainability. You know, this cardboard box, it can be recycled, whereas a plastic bottle can't. And our shampoos last 2 to 3 times longer than a bottle of shampoo. So a lot of times that's something to think about too. You know, yeah, it's easy and it's cheap to grab that plastic bottle, but this is better. It's better for the environment. It's better for our hair. You know what I mean? So it's one of those questions of, yeah, it may cost a little bit more, but really does it when this is going to last you a couple bottles versus the cheap stuff? And you really start adding it up, you know? So, and that's one of the things. We're also known for our beard butter, which I did this for my husband. And I do 2 types of beard butter. And you can see there's one that's really dark, and I call this the Help Me beard butter. And it's hilarious because a lot of times guys will have problems. The problem with the beard butter is when you're doing beard butter or beard oil or beard whatever, you're trying to condition the hair. It's almost like when you're doing our hair. You want to go for the scalp. Let's clean the scalp. Let's condition the scalp. Let's give the scalp nutrients. So when it grows, it's growing beautiful, gorgeous hair. And a lot of times you see guys sitting there and they're goobing down here. And when we do this, a lot of times we'll send with the trade shows where we'll explain it, or we'll send note cards with a lot of our products. These are the key things. Get it in the scalp. Even though it's on the back, you know, it'll have certain things on there. Put it into your face. Massage it into your face. Condition your face, and then put the residue down. So a lot of the different things, it sounds weird, but it works. You know, and people come back and they, oh my goodness, that was fabulous. And we try to explain that. And that's what trade shows are so great. We can go there with these products and be like, this is what we're talking about. here's some note cards for your store, because how it's displayed in the store is important as well. And a lot of times we'll give that help too. A lot of times, you know, if we sell something to a store and they go, listen, there's got to be a problem, I'm not selling it. You know, hey, can you send me a picture? How are you displaying it? Because sometimes displaying it, did you put out those cards? You know, I'm here to help the businesses sell my product, so I know that they come back for more. And that's why, one, I'm going to sell you a good product, and two, I'm going to help, you know, let's display this. Let's get you some cards so you can put up and stick up there why this product is so good and you should try it. And that's one of the things we do too. And I think people forget that when they're selling, you know, when the trade show ends, your job's not done.
Yes.
You know, it's years down the road. And that's why the relationships are so important to have with people, to do that. And why trade shows, I think, are so important, you know, talking to people. And I realized doing that by doing craft shows, talking to people and explaining it to people. I missed that from not doing trade shows during 2020.
Yes.
And doing it that way. And that's why a lot of the stuff that we do, it's like when you see it with the shampoo bar, you know, people go, but I want the pretty colors, Jen. And I go, that's nice. You can have those pretty colors. But I'm showing you, I'm using herbs, because I've taken these butters and I've triple soaked them in these herbs. So when you put this on your scalp, you use it one time, you're going to feel it, your hair follicle, you're going to see it in your hair. Not my hair today because it's raining and I have curly hair. You know? If maybe today I do this, my hair is just like, forget you, lady. You know? But when I'm doing this, I'm showing you that I'm using organic herbs. Why? Because it's green. Because I've let those butters sit and I've let those butters soak in those herbs. And that's what's important, you know, is that when I'm doing this, I'm not just doing whatever. I'm showing it to you. I've got the stuff in there. For real, I do, you know.
Yes.
And that's why a lot of the times, like even with our pain salve, when we go to do a lot of these things, you know, and you can see that beautiful color in there. I mean, isn't that gorgeous? That comes from organic cayenne pepper. We do that, right? So we have this beautiful cayenne. You can see a lot of the stuff. You open it, you smell it, you see it, you just feel it one time. And a lot of times it sells itself. You know?
What does cayenne pepper do for healing?
So cayenne pepper, what that's going to do for healing is it's going to go deep into your skin and it's going to heat it up. So cayenne is going to have that capsaicin. It's going to have that heating element. So when you're putting it on, you're going to heat it. And it's going to warm that muscle to relax the muscle. And then I've got peppermint in here. And the peppermint and the menthol are going to freeze it, right? So I'm going to relax it and let it let go. And then that peppermint's going to set in. And then that's going to be backed up by that menthol. Because the peppermint and menthol working together are just going to freeze it, right? So it's going to freeze it in a relaxed state. And that's what's going to make it to where the pain is no longer there. Because you figure when your muscles are tensing and it's so hard, right? It hurts. It's not a good thing. So you need to really have that pepper to relax. And that's what that pepper is going to do.
Okay. I would never know that. I learned something new today. Wow.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to show us today, or?
You know, I have so many different things, and we have a lot of different things in the work. And to be honest,
well, what would be some of your best sellers for if a store was coming in?
You got to have the body butter. This is, we do body butter, and we actually get it. There's several different organizations of women from Ghana that they do their body butter. And it's beautiful because back when, you know, I started working with this one young lady, she's built her business beautifully. And we've been a dedicated seller or buyer, from her. And so we know we're getting our shea butter, because this is a shea whipped body butter, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Goes on the skin beautifully. And we also put natural conditioning agents in it to where it's a bestseller. I can't keep it on the shelves. A lot of my customers can't keep it on the shelves. And when we do our fragrances, they are synthetic, so we can smell like strawberries and all kinds of fun things, but we make sure that it is phthalate free. We make sure that they're considered clean fragrances. So when we're working with our fragrances, we're working with smaller businesses that take their fragrances serious just as much as I take my stuff serious as well. Because EOS we believe EO should be used medicinally. And that's a lot of things. So when we have stuff that have EOs in it, it is for medicinal purposes, or unless it's a special order. A lot of times people that have come out of surgery or cancer patients will ask for an EO or for a tea tree soap. I have a lot of my wholesale customers, and a lot of times I'll make something specifically for them. And they'll go, can I get a tea tree soap or a pine tar soap with jewelweed or this ingredient or that ingredient? Because in Kentucky, a pine tar soap with a jewelweed in it, that's good for poison oak, poison ivy, to help with the skin, to help with hunting. So there's a lot of different reasons for different soaps. And a lot of times we'll sit there and go, yeah, we can absolutely do that. But our soap is our main, we're a soap maker that makes other things. It's
Yeah.
how we a lot of times describe ourselves. But the body butter is one of our absolute best sellers. It goes on beautifully. It smells fantastic. And when we go to scent something, I'm not trying to gag you out. So we do a mid-grade scent. So the government, there's regulations on the different scents. We go a little bit on the bottom grade to mid-grade, because I don't want you to sit there and, all day long. I still want you to enjoy it and smell it. So, but the body butter is absolutely gorgeous. I mean,
I love body butters.
Isn't that? And if you could see just that beautiful, because we whip it, and we do a little bit of a firmer body butter.
Okay.
But this is mine, don't worry. I take it from the shop all the time. But it goes on absolutely gorgeous. It sinks in. And what's nice about shea butter is a medium absorbency. So it's going to sit on the skin a little bit longer. I know people go, I don't like shea butter because it's greasy. And we formulated it to where you can't ever get away from the greasiness because it is a butter. And that absorption rate is a medium absorption rate. Give it about a good 10 minutes. And that's what we tell our customers. We do the cards on there. Give it a good 10 minutes, then rub it in, feel it in, and see how it feels. Because the other oils that we do with it, we make sure that they're faster absorbing. And again, that's the thing, knowing your ingredients, what kind of product we want to do. So in 10 minutes, I want you to feel again, and you just sit there and it's not going to be greasy anymore. And you're going to go, oh my goodness, that was fantastic. I'll take, however many. And that's the beautiful thing too, is about trade shows, about feeling it, because we have the free samples at the trade shows. And a lot of times people feel it and they go, oh, that's fantastic. And that's another thing too, is it was so much easier to make sales at trade shows. And they're slowly starting to open. We're slowly trying to get back into them. And it's because it's beautiful, because you can have sales at the trade shows and go, okay, this case for that. Or a lot of times we'll come with a lot of bulk for different things, or here's a new product and we're trying to start that. So a lot of times that's nice as well, especially for international customers. We have a lot of international customers.
Awesome.
Right. And the trade shows made that happen. And it's funny because a lot of times I tell people I have more sales out of the country than I do in the country.
Well, so for anyone that might be watching, is it difficult to ship them out of country?
It takes the proper paperwork, and you have to be careful. If you're willing to do that, you have to know what the rules and regulations are, which are pretty easy to find online. And then, of course, with the different Etsy, I call them Etsy style wholesale, like Trada, like Fair, they make things a lot easier to do. They make it a lot easier to do all that paperwork for you and go that way. So yeah, because that's a new era that we've really started the last year trying to tap into, trying to do. And that's what the 15-year-old is for. He is my IT.
I need one of those.
Right? When I say family business, I mean family. He writes out his times. We've agreed upon, a monetary figure per hour, and by golly, we do it.
That's awesome.
So,
That's awesome.
He's my employee.
Well, so what is your minimum opening order?
We ask for $100. We think $100 is fair, whether it's international or it is domestic. We ask for $100. We are a wholesale. We are a business. We do try to make money. We're not trying to be multi-billionaires, but $100 is a fair asking price for a wholesale order. Yeah.
And what is your normal ship time?
It really depends on time of year and what it is you're looking for. I mean, if you were to come to me yesterday and ask me for, a Santa stuff, which to be honest, right now I'm selling a lot of spring. Right now I'm putting up pictures and getting ready for our spring launch right after Christmas. I know that's crazy, but that's just how the marketing thing
Yes.
is, where people can buy the spring to have it out by the time spring comes. So I'm always like season ahead, or I try to be a season ahead. If you're looking for something specific or a custom order, that can take some time. I normally have enough stock on hand, or try to have enough stock on hand to have 1 to 3 days shipping time. I do pre-sales of a lot of my soaps as well. So I'll put soaps up there, and I can put in there, for pre-sale, which is nice. So that's new as well. Before I used to take it to a show and be like, I can ship it to you in 46 weeks.
Yes.
Technology makes things a lot easier. But normally I try to do 1 to 3 days to get stuff out.
That's a good turnaround time. That's a really good turnaround time. So
Yeah.
yeah. Anything else you want to tell about your line to the stores, or how to sell it, or what would be good ideas for them?
Well, I think selling it, if you are having problems selling, I think sometimes going back to this, to who you purchased it from, getting ideas, getting pictures, or communicating with them, sending them pictures like it's not selling. Can you help? Maybe you have an insight. I think is a good thing. I also sometimes think about having, a lot of times I try to send with my customers, and I'm always revamping, as stores are. We're always revamping. We're always doing things. And my thing would be, if there's something going on or something you don't like, or talk to them. Communication, build a relationship, and that works so much better. And I know sometimes it's hard in the world of technology, but having that relationship, or going, hey, this didn't work out, or hey, I'm not understanding this, or anything of that, and building that relationship and working together, because the main goal is to sell the product. Whether you're buying it or you're making it, the goal is to sell the product. Let's do it together. So, and that's the main goal. If you're having a problem, reach out. Especially, we love talking. You won't be talking to me, but
Well, that's
I'll be in the
awesome that you're
laboratory.
there to help them with whatever they might need. So that's always great to know of a manufacturer.
Right. Our job doesn't stop when we sell the product. We are here for our customer. And even wholesale, whether it's wholesale or it's an individual person, that's why we want to stay small, so we can do that, so we can have and build those relationships. Yes, we would have to make money. We're a business, but to us, it's really big on building the relationship.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate your time today and joining us. And I will drop all of your information on how to order at the end of this podcast, so they can reach out to you.
And
And I greatly appreciate it.
thank you. And if they do order, and please let them know that it came from you.
Well, thank you.
And then we would love to work that way as well.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. And I will talk to you later.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Jennifer, for being on today. For more information on Buttered, you can find them at butteredsoapery.com.